I felt like today I needed to get to know Jackman a bit better. He missed our first assignment together, and if I'm going to work with him, I should at least know a bit about him. Not to my surprise, he's a party guy. Loves to have a good time and will always bring it with him. He originally worked with the CIA and couldn't go into much more detail. Jackman said he left after a tragic accident took the life of his fiancée. I assume that is part of the reason he works here now, but I decided it's best not to press further. As we talk about random and pointless topics, Lois enters with another assignment. One of our environmental research teams reported an unusual mutation in a small reptile that originates from Australia. They've contained the creature, but require further assistance. Without another word, Jackman and I leave for the holding area. We arrive and enter the facility. Once we stepped in, we knew something was up. The hallway was covered in papers and other office supplies. Further in, there were scratch marks all over the walls, even some on the ceiling. There were no scientists to be found either. We eventually find the unit that used to contain the anomaly, but the wall had been completely toppled over. Looking down to where the wall had landed, a small puddle of blood begins seeping out. Jackman begins searching for the creature, and I try to find whatever clues I can about what transpired here. Jackman yelling, "Take cover," startled me. I turned back and saw exactly what he meant. The thorny devil, a small and frankly adorable lizard from Australia. However, this specimen was not small. For whatever reason, it had grown to the size of a typical house. It was clearly not happy and began rampaging around the room. I managed to duck out of its way just in time. My clothes didn't survive, but I'll take my life over a graphic tee of my favorite childhood show. I waited for the rampage to cease, then I got out of my cover. I stared in awe as Jackman had been punctured straight in the gut by one of the thorns of the anomaly. Instead of dying, however, Jackman began to grow. His muscles became the size of me. His body morphed to sustain the new weight. I could even hear bones cracking and breaking to rearrange to be more suitable for his new look. Immediately, Jackman took off and fled the lab. I was just happy to be alive. I attached the thorny devil's tail to a chain and eventually got it onto the trailer. I returned to the lab to study the specimen. By my account, I believe the creature was infected by some sort of parasite. The inside of the creature was hollow. I figured the parasite increased the size of the creature and began eating its organs. Once it began losing its life, it started searching for a new host. In trying, it must have knocked over the wall and crushed the scientists. Without a viable host, it became agitated, explaining why I rampaged through the lab. After I finished my report, I went to Lois's office. She was not happy to hear that not only did the creature get away, or rather the parasite, but Jackman was taken. I ended my day with an intense scolding from Lois.